Okay, what we've got here is a quick introduction into getting models from Sketchup into Artlantis, and then in Artlantis a quick walk around, a guide to how to get some good images quickly out of Artlantis. So starting off with Sketchup, first things that we need to do are, number one, set up some scenes, number two, check our geometry, and then number three, check our faces. So okay, so number one, our scenes. I've got some scenes already here. To get a scene, to get your scenes up, we go to View, Animation, Add Scene. That will place a scene in. Create a scene. That's created the scene. I don't need it. Delete it. So scene 2, you can find a nice angle. Right click, update. There we go. Update. So I've updated my scenes. It's good as a rough start, you know, so you've got an idea of where the camera angle is going to be, what the shots you're going to want, how you're viewing your objects. They'll all need tweaking in Artlantis, but that's kind of by the by. Okay, so next thing, let's have a look at geometry. So what I like to do is make sure that I include a shadow gap. When an object meets another object, and especially if they're not perfect, you'll get a slight shadow gap at the bottom here, and that's where light is hitting it, but it's not quite getting into the corner, and it's not bouncing back at the camera. So what we can do, we can encourage that by taking our floor here, just drop it down by 3mm. That's going to give us a lovely minuscule gap. There it is, you can just about see it. That's all we need, just a couple of mil. And we'll see that in Artlantis later. It's just a little, it kind of fakes reality a little bit. So, and the last thing I mentioned was faces. We need to check our faces. So if we go to View, Face Style, and then Monochrome, we need to check our model for blue faces. Now, what we need to understand is that Artlantis likes white faces, and what we need to do is change all the blue ones to white. Now, to do that, we can go into our group by double clicking our group, and then selecting a face, and then right click and reverse faces. That will reverse the face there, and again right click, reverse faces, click out of there. I can go to View, Face Style, and back to Shaded and Textures. Now that's because, let's just have a quick, let's have a look. Okay, so I have a face. Now, when we have a white face, light will hit that, it'll bounce into the camera, and we'll see the face. When it's a blue face, sometimes light will hit it, and it just disappears, and it doesn't bounce into the camera. Now we can force two-sided sometimes. That's a way of getting around it, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and it needs to be the white face. It's to do with the kind of advanced terminology for it is called a normal. So the normal side is this white side. So it's something to look into if you wanted to have a look into it. Okay, so look into normals. If not, don't worry about it. Just make sure the white face is pointing outwards. Okay, so I'm ready for this to go into Artlantis. What I can do now, what we have to do is go to File, Save As. We're going to save this as a version 8 file. Now Artlantis likes version 8. So I know which file that is. Okay, so save it as a version 8. Artlantis likes that, and then we'll open up Artlantis. Now, when Artlantis loads up, we need to hit key server, and that will connect to our server and tell us that this has a license. Let's have a look.